Yes, let's do this. What's up, you guys? Oh my gosh. So this is welcome to our 4-week gut health challenge VIP group. We are so excited that you guys are going to be part of this group with us. So my name's Alicia. Again, super excited that you're all doing this with us. We're so grateful. It does not, we know that there are lots of other coaches, lots of other groups you could be a part of, lots of other programs and things out there right now. So the fact that you decided to do this one with us, fills me up with so much gratitude. And so we are pumped to be bringing you probably one of the best groups we have ever done, because it's probably one of the best programs we've ever launched. And so we are going to get into exactly why this is going to be so huge for all of us. But I just first want to share a little bit about me, and then I'm going to give a chance for Chelsea and Olivia to share a little bit about them too. So again, I'm Alicia. I've been coaching for a little bit over 2 years now. And I started coaching because I wanted to just lose the third baby weight. I wanted to feel more connected to other humans that weren't like my little kids. Through motherhood, it was a little bit lonely. And so I just thought I could do this virtually and feel like, oh, I have friends online. This is perfect. I never, ever expected to grow the friendships that I have, or to grow this community the way I have. And it's just beyond anything I ever thought. And it's super fulfilling. And I know that's because of all of you, all of my customers and clients and girls on my team who have decided to trust this process with me. And it fills me up with so much gratitude. So I continue to coach because of that. It's given me an outlet to grow personally, professionally, in so many different ways. Honestly, I love this community that we've built. And so if you've been with me for a while, or if you're brand new, I've probably already talked to you about this, but we always focus on 3 main things in all of my groups: mindset, fitness, and nutrition. And so I love that my job is to help you guys navigate your way around all of the, tools that we have access to. And the tools that have helped all of us over the past couple of years too. For me, really, nutrition was always something that really intimidated me, but finding a plan that I could understand and that was simple to follow, versus feeling super out of control, around food and in the kitchen, just is really empowering. And so, or just finding how, movement doesn't have to be to punish my body. It's I don't work out because I want to hate myself into a better body. I work out now because I find, healing in movement, and for my mental health, specifically mindset. So gosh, and also because I'm, I have really bad ADHD. I'm a recovering addict. And so movement for me has helped my anxiety and my own focus issues for years. So but I've learned how to crush with my mindset, the work that I've been doing with that. I've learned how to crush my morning routine. And I hate mornings, you guys. I am not a morning person. You can ask Chelsea. Olivia knows this. We're night owls. That's just what, that's how we go. But that doesn't mean that I don't still have a rock solid morning routine that actually helps me and gets me started right. And so we're going to help you guys with all of that kind of stuff. But I thrive on growing my mind. That's the whole point of what I'm trying to say. Through personal development, we are going to be bringing you as much of those golden nuggets as possible during this group. And I know I made a choice when I started coaching. I said, I'm never going to break a promise to myself again. When I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And I just decided to become a person that I could trust. And so we want to help you become a person that you can trust too. We don't want you to feel like this is just another thing you're going to start and not finish. We are going to be here with you 100%. We're doing this literally with you. So you're not going to start and not finish. We are going to make sure everyone that joins this group is going to start and finish, and we're going to help you the whole time. And so putting my own health and wellness first, I think, is the best way for me personally to ensure that I'm the best for the people that I love. And so I think getting to why are you doing this? What do you actually want to get out of like healing your gut? Like what is like the long term? So helping you figure out like what that looks like and why you're doing that will help a lot too. I don't know. I just want to like, I'm just really excited, you guys. We'll get into all of that stuff, but here's why I'm really the most excited though, because I'm not doing this alone. Again, I told you that I started coaching for the community. And so these two ladies here that are running this group with me, I think it's just been like the perfect partnership because the three of us together, we are like, my strengths might not be Olivia's strengths and vice versa. So like we are all bringing something different to the table. And so I don't think either of them would call themselves experts in either of these two areas, but I look to them as like experts in these two areas and they help me. So, Olivia, you guys, if you've heard her or watched her stories or just like, if she's your coach, that like her whole like body like physiology totally changes when she starts talking about like gut health or nutrition or optimizing your hormones. Like she is about that stuff. And so for this group specifically, she's going to be like our nutrition go-to person. Like we are going to like lean into Olivia. She's going to help us with all of it. Because it's not my, like, I want to learn, but I also want just Olivia to tell me what to do. But I'm just kidding. And then Chelsea, you guys, here's this thing. So Chelsea, she didn't even work out before. I mean, I think she started working out a little bit, but before she found Beachbody workouts, she was not like a fitness expert. And now she's someone that I look to and I'm like, she is so fit and like clearly enjoys, like is literally like lights up the way Olivia lights up when she's like doing her dance work, like right before her dance party, before her workout with her Energize. Like she loves fitness and loves movement and she does it in like a way that you can tell she's doing it to honor her body and like her spirit. So I'm really excited. So Chelsea, I'm going to kick it over to you. Tell us a little bit about your story and like specifically with fitness and how that's like transformed your life.
All right. Yeah. Thanks so much, Alicia. I, like Alicia said, was not at all into really fitness or nutrition or anything like that before I found Beachbody. It wasn't until after I had my second child, my daughter, and I was like, something's got to change. Something's got to give. I have a history of being on, I can't even think of the word right now. Basically, it's Adderall. It's an ADD medication. Oh, it's a stimulant. Sorry. Words are hard. A stimulant, and never really had to worry about working out or eating right or anything like that. And when I made the decision after I had my son that I wasn't going to go back on the ADD medication, that's when like everything changed. My metabolism was like, whoa, you were on speed the last 15 years of your life. Like, what's happening? And like everything changed. And I was kind of like, oh, I'll figure it out. Yo-yo dieted. After I had my daughter, I was like, enough is enough. Something's got to change. And like Alicia said, it just started small with like walks around the neighborhood with the kids and things like that. And following like a super, super restrictive nutrition plan. And I was like, this isn't going to sustain life. The weather started getting colder. I couldn't get out and walk. I mean, Charlotte was 4 months old when I started my journey. And I'm like, I can't take a 4-month-old out and walk the neighborhood and when it's snowing outside. Like, that's not okay. And so that's when I kind of started looking into some different things. And I actually started with YouTube workouts, guys, which was great. It kind of created that consistency and made me kind of fall in love with it. But I needed more. I needed like a program to follow. Like, I didn't know where to go. I needed something that would give me a little bit more of results. So there's nothing wrong with those YouTube workouts. I love them. They serve the purpose that I was in of, am I going to stay consistent with this? I didn't trust myself. I had started and stopped so many routines in the past, and I'm like, this is just going to be the same thing. So why should I pay for anything? And then it showed me that, okay, you made this commitment to yourself. You're staying committed. So now invest in yourself and get yourself a program that's actually going to give you the results that you want, that is sustainable for life. And that's when Beachbody came in, and the workouts did just that. The nutrition programs gave me something that I could live with, and I could, eat carbs and enjoy life, that kind of thing. But it was the fitness programs that really were life changing. They got me the results that I needed. I could do them. I mean, I worked in healthcare, guys. I had to be in the operating room by 7 a.m. My husband also works in healthcare. He was out the door by 6:20. And we worked like 10 or 12-hour shifts. There's no, like, by the time I'm done with a 12-hour shift, I can guarantee you I'm not going to the gym to work out. Like, not happening. And getting to a gym before 5, like at like 5:15, 5:30 in the morning, and then getting home by the time my husband needs to leave, like, it just wasn't going to be feasible in our life. So that's when these at-home fitness programs really was the game changer, because I needed something that I could do at home when the kids were still sleeping, when Andy was walking out the door to go to work, and I was getting the results that I wanted. That's what this program is going to bring to you guys. They're 4 days a week. It's going to be amazing. These 4 weeks are going to, I am one that, like, now that I love fitness, I am like, go hard workouts. Like, it's going to be like, I want the cardio, I want the out of breath, I want the sore muscles. Like, I want all of that. Now, I know, crazy, because I didn't even work out before. But that's like what I wanted. So this is going to be a really good program for me to just take a step back, let my body, like, heal, let my joints heal. And, you know, being fit isn't just going hard all the time. It's listening to your body. It's slowing down and just bringing that movement is needed, but you don't have to go hard, dripping with sweat, breathless every single time. Your body also needs rest, and it's going to thrive from simple movement and no impact workouts and things like that. I mean, Olivia knows she's a fan of, like, huge fan of the body Pilates workouts. It's amazing just what can happen when you just move. Don't go all out, just move. But you know what Olivia's learned in the Eat Smarter series. If you aren't watching that, guys, you need to watch that series. I actually am currently trying to buy the book right now. It's amazing. But on that note, Olivia, why don't you quickly share your story and how nutrition and Beachbody has really changed your life?
Yeah. Okay. So the book that Chelsea's talking about is Eat Smarter. Okay. If you don't have this book, actually, this is going rogue. They have no idea, but this book, I want everybody to make this their personal development book for this group. Like, I really think that this will help connect all the dots of why we're doing this program and what it's going to do. So that's my challenge. So they had no idea. So I'm just throwing that in there. But yes, I'm Olivia, and I've been coaching. I started shortly after Alicia. So it's probably been 18 months, like not quite 2 years, but pretty close. And I used to be hardcore workout. Like, I did sports all through. So I'm 25. So I'm obviously, like, did sports all through high school, did a lot of stuff in college, super active, worked on a farm. So it was like literally on my feet all day long, all the time. I started coaching right before my wedding. So, because I want to just be, like, in the best shape of my life. And before I started coaching, my cousin had started doing CrossFit. So we started doing that. That was like 3-hour commitment. So it was an hour drive to the gym, an hour of a CrossFit workout, which if you don't do CrossFit, like, oh my gosh, they're crazy. It's like you go all in all the time and you're like pushing yourself to the limit. And then it was an hour drive home, and that just turned in, like, that was not possible. So I found Beachbody, and I could do it on my time. If you don't know anything about farming, our schedule is kind of in the air. You have no idea what you're doing when, and you have no schedule. So it was really good that I could have a workout the ability to just, like, oh, I'm home now, I can work out, and it didn't have to be on a set schedule, and I didn't have to go anywhere. So it worked out really well. Through this whole coaching journey and, like, learning all the mindset and things, I made the decision to quit birth control. And that's when all this weird thing started happening. And that's when this book came in and, like, lit my life on fire with nutrition. So I knew how to work out. I had no issues working out. It was totally, I just worked out every day. That was not a problem for me. Nutrition was the problem. And so now I went like buku crazy. Alicia calls it, I don't know. I don't even know what you say, but I like geek out over nutrition now because it literally changed everything. And mine started with hormones. So I quit taking the birth control. Everything went a little crazy. I started gaining all this weight and I'm like, wait a second, I'm still eating healthy. I eat vegetables and protein. And I still was doing the 21-day fix, like the containers. And I was doing like to be mindset. I was drinking my Shakeology. I was working out. I was still gaining weight. So I'm like, something is going on and I need to figure out what it is because it started taking a toll on me. And it turns out it was not necessarily my nutrition was the problem, but my gut was the problem. And that's like a whole different thing. So this program coming out right now, like, is like the epiphany of like, woo, it's perfect. So I've been reading and learning all of this stuff about how micronutrients are almost more important than macronutrients because you need the micronutrients to do the things. And it's like all about your gut and it's all a thing. And I could go on forever because now I'm just excited about it. But this program is literally going to teach you and like walk you through step by step. So you don't have to do all of the textbook research and all of like the extra stuff, like it's done for you. And we literally lay out step by step, like why you need this, why we're doing this, why it's important, how inflammation is affecting you, how this is affecting this, how your gut can affect your brain and your hormones and your energy and your mood and like all of the things. And we like step by step take you through how to fix it. I guess you're not fixing it. You're working on healing. And honestly, I used to be like Chelsea and go hard all the time. And when I started learning about like female hormones and the cycle and everything, like that's not what we're supposed to do because we're already busy enough. So taking a step back with this program and these workouts is going to be super, super important. So don't go rogue, like follow the workout programs the way they're supposed to be. I know she recommends still moving on the other days of your rest days, but not doing like a real workout. So go walk or stretch or do something. That's where body can come in, which we're going to talk about later, but follow what we're supposed to do. Follow what we're talking about. You'll get excited. You'll see results. You'll feel really good. And then you're going to be as excited as I am about it.
Yes.
But can I just mention how awesome this trifecta is going to be for this group? You have somebody that geeks out about mindset, somebody that geeks out about fitness, and somebody that geeks out about nutrition. Like, it's going to be amazing. So, guys, we want to encourage you. Sorry, Alicia, I know you're going to talk about this a little more, but like, if you have anything, like a question,
please reach out to us.
Yeah, you can reach out to any one of us, even if you're not a part of our team. Like, this is what we're here for. This is why we're running this group together so that we can all come together and really give you the best of all worlds.
I am personally going to be referring all my customers and coaches and clients to Olivia for nutrition questions. So you can message me. I'm going to forward it to Olivia.
That's fine. That's totally fine. And you might get a huge, I usually make fun of Alicia for like writing paragraphs. Like nutrition is something I could start writing paragraphs about. So just forewarning you,
exactly.
But it's worth it. It's so worth it. It's so worth it.
You guys, exactly. Okay, you guys. So that's kind of a little bit about all of us, what we're about. I want to talk to you really quick. We want to take you through just kind of like where to find stuff. And starting with the Beachbody On Demand app, which if you're brand new, or even if you're not new, you've been using this for a while, like the Beachbody On Demand, you guys, is like probably the most comprehensive, like digital library of fitness, and nutrition that we have trainers like our newest super trainer, Jennifer Jacobs, she came from Peloton, and she's like told us that like Beachbody is unlike anything else she's ever seen in the fitness world. We have access to so much stuff, and it's not even just the fitness and nutrition, it's also the relaxation and stuff. So I want to show you Beachbody On Demand. So this is like, so basically you would, you hopefully have the app downloaded. I use the app when I'm going to be like checking into our bod group and stuff. But if I'm like trying to, do a workout or something, I usually use the website. So beachbodyondemand.com. This takes you to the home screen, and you're going to get like all the programs. And this is like most recently watched for whatever years it will be. And then you have new and featured, but you can also go up here to the search bar. And like I said, you can search for, let's say you like right now I'm traveling. I'm like at my parents' house in Florida. I want to like do no equipment. So I can search for no equipment, and it's going to take me to all these workouts that require no equipment. What else? Like low impact. connect, boom. Dance, boom. Rest and there's optimize and reset, rest and relaxation, rest and in workouts. So you guys, there's so many different things on here that you can use Beachbody on Demand for. But so what are we, yeah, like I said, it's more than just workouts and recipes. You can search recipes in there too. But let's get into, you guys, what you're all here for, which is like the 4-week gut protocol and 4 weeks for everybody. So if you, like I said, you scroll down on Beachbody on Demand to 4-week gut protocol, the 4 weeks for everybody. This is right here. So that's the workout piece of it all. So Chelsea, do you want to kind of take them through 4 weeks for everybody?
Yes, I am super excited about this. So if you can look at this screen, you're going to have to click over to the workouts, and that's where you're going to find all of the workouts and the equipment needed and things like that. You are going to need some dumbbells, but just a low, like small, light, medium, heavy, probably not even heavy. But here are the workouts. You're also going to use your core ball that will come in your pack. It's amazing if you haven't used it yet. It's like that extra burner that is just going to light everything on fire. But here are the workouts. The workout calendar and the calorie target calculator are under the program materials as well. There's your trackers for all of your weeks, for your equipment and things like that. This will not come in the package, right? You have to print this off yourself, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
It's all digital.
You'll have to print all of these off because it's digital access to all of this. But it's all right here under the 4 weeks for everybody. If you haven't already yet, make sure you blow up that core ball. Super easy to do, and get that and get some weights if you need to. Scroll down a little lower there, Alicia. There are some bonus workouts in here if you have a cycle bike that you can do on. These are like the rest day workouts, right? Or is this in replace for the cardio? I think it's both, actually.
I think both, yeah.
Yeah. So here will be those cycle rides. And I have to tell you, I'm super pumped about the cycle ride.
Me too.
But this is going to be a great rest day workout. If you don't want to do the cycle rides, if you don't have a bike or whatever, the whole yoga studio is going to be a great option, or any of those other low impact, no equipment workouts that Alicia showed. But the gut protocol then is a whole nother, like you get 2 programs in one with this. So if you go back out to your homepage, you can scroll down to the gut protocol.
Yep. From the Beachbody on Demand homepage, when you go to new and featured, you will see 2 different programs. You have the gut protocol, and then you also have the fitness. So yep. And
then Alicia or Olivia, you're going to talk about that, right?
Yeah.
Or no?
Right? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, the 4-week gut protocol, like we have kind of talked about already, it's completely separate from, it's like 2 separate programs, but you do them together. So they coincide really well. She made these programs to go together because you want workouts that are like good for your body, but when you're healing, you want all of your energy focused on healing instead of just like using all of your energy to work out. So there's every week you'll get a recorded video from Autumn. It's in the library that you need to watch. Like I would suggest watching it on like a Saturday or Sunday before the next week, just so you can kind of get prepared. It's really about what she's focusing on for the week and like what we're going to be either eliminating and adding and focusing on. So there's a new one, nutrition. Oh yeah, there was something else I needed to talk about. I don't remember. Now you caught me off guard.
No, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I think so. For in here, like what Olivia, like there's some four videos that we're gonna want you guys to like definitely watch before we start on Monday. And then these weekly videos, like within the group, will definitely be like, okay, today is when you should watch. We'll be reminding you of when to make sure you have those videos watched by.
Yeah, and then so you do have access to Portion Fix and To Be Mindset, which you would kind of incorporate after you would do the gut protocol. So the gut protocol is for all 4 weeks. And then there's there's like new recipes in like the guide section. So when you go onto the Beachbody Demand, there's recipes, bonus features, like go through each section before we start. So that you can kind of see where things are, you know where to look. There's breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, soups. There's these recipes. I've looked at them and they actually look super good. I'm so excited for this. So you're eating good food and you're going to eat a lot of food. That's one thing that I've learned too, is when I used to think about nutrition, it was like cutting everything out, like super diet, like you had to be like super strict. Like you eat a lot of food. You eat tons of food. But after you follow her recipes. I think it's in the bonus section, or not bonus, but the materials section, there's like literally a guide that goes step by step. And then in the tracking section, there's a tracker that you can like track your food, like track what you're doing through the whole like gut health program.
There's also, if you go under like, so there's the recipe videos and the recipes tabs. And then if you click on resources, you scroll down to the bottom, there's even more recipes down there. That's like a totally different section. Autumn told us that.
Yes.
One of the days. But there's even more recipes.
Right. That's why I literally just go through each tab and kind of check everything out. I know in the beginning, she's got 5 videos that literally walk you step by step how to get ready for this program. So she introduces why, and then she talks about how you calculate your calories and figure out your containers. Then she explains why the workouts are important, and then the focus videos, and like there's another bonus one. So watch all 5 of those workout videos all 5 of those intro videos before we start, and it will really walk you step by step on how to get ready for this program.
Yeah. So you guys, if you have any questions, like that's the thing you're going to want to make sure that you do before we get started on Monday, is make sure you go to this Calculate Your Health, because you need to know what plan you're going to be in before we start on Monday, because it's going to tell you, okay, I have this many greens to eat every day. So yeah. Olivia, is that like basically what we're saying?
That was basically what I was saying. Yeah. Watch those videos, because she really does walk you through step by step.
Yeah. So a little bit too, I think, just when we're talking about the food lists and knowing what your plan is, the thing that like someone told me when I first started Portion Fix was that these food lists, I think I actually have one up we can look at real quick. They're in like a hierarchy order. So the stuff at the top is going to be more nutrient dense than the stuff at the bottom. So if you're like really wanting to see some massive results over these 4 weeks, you're going to want to stick to like the top 1/3 of these lists, just because they're going to have more nutrients in them for you. You know what I mean? So if you can stick to like the top 5 of these things, 6 of these things. And then the other thing too is like eating the rainbow. So you're going to have, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. Like when you sit down to eat breakfast, you want to make sure that you have multiple different containers at each meal. You don't want to just eat all of your greens in one meal, then all of your purples. You really want to like add a variety
Mix
to each.
It up.
Eat the rainbow at each meal.
That's what I just tell everybody. I'm like, eat the rainbow every time you sit down to eat, and always start with vegetables, because if you look at your meal plan, those are the most containers that you have. So the easiest way to get all your vegetables in is to eat vegetables at every meal.
Right. We will have some of these things
on here, how there's like a red A and B and there's a yellow A and B. She explains why and how to do it. Just watch those intro videos. I swear they're important. I used to blow them off, so don't do that. Yeah. Because then you're lost. You really need
You're going to be so confused, guys, if you don't. It's so important to watch them.
Yes. And I think like one of the things, like our role too, is like we're not I'm not a registered dietitian. Olivia is not like a medical, you know what I mean? Like we basically can point you to, this is where you go and learn. Like we really want to empower you to like start to learn this stuff, because it's not just about us saying, here, you eat this right now, you eat this, you eat this. It's really about you looking at all this food and be like, wow, like, okay, what do I like? What do I want to eat that's on this list that's within this plan? And so figuring out a way that you can eat, that you're going to enjoy your food, because this is supposed to be sustainable. It's not just supposed to be 4 weeks that you're on this diet and then you're done. It's really something where you're learning how to eat food that makes you feel good and gives you energy and helps you like lose weight or build muscle, whatever it is that your goal is. Like, this is how you're going to learn how to do that for the long term, not just right now. So we really want you to make sure you're, empowering yourself with knowledge of how to do this too.
While we aren't registered dietitians and physicians and like trainers did create this program. So like this is like created by amazing, smart people that are like, this is what you should try and do to help alleviate your pain or whatever your complaints are,
Exactly.
Mm.
Okay, so what is that? I think I don't want to get too into the like weeds with the nutrition stuff, because I really want to encourage them to.
Yeah, no, I really want you to watch those videos and like check it out for yourself, because everybody's going to be different. Like Alicia loves quinoa. I hate quinoa. So it's like her telling me to eat that is going to make me mad. So I need to like see the food list and see what is going to work for you.
I just think Olivia doesn't know how to, I'm going to make you some quinoa, because it's like, how can you not? I just don't even, but it's also true. Like we're all different. It's true.
We all are different. We all like different foods. Sorry, I'm cutting Chelsea off too.
No, you're fine. You're okay.
We all eat different foods and we all like different things. So that's why the food lists are super important, so that you can pick what you like and know that it still fits in a plan that's sustainable for you. It's all personalizing. So yeah, I don't want to get into like super nitty gritty with nutrition, because that's something that you have to kind of do on your own. But it's all given. That's what's amazing you about just need to look at the resources.
Right. Is that you can create it. It's not so super restrictive. You can create it to fit your own likes and wants and needs. But I highly also recommend that you print off those food lists, so that when you're creating your meal plan in the week and things like that, you know exactly what foods fit in those containers and where they are on that list. Like maybe you may be able to swap out rice for quinoa because it's higher up on the nutrient list or whatever it might be. I'm just using that example. So print those out.
100%. Did you
print those
freeze?
out?
Oh,
did I freeze?
No, you didn't. I just thought maybe you stopped talking, I think, but agreed.
I thought you were trying to say something.
No, well, I was going to say like, that's 100% what I would do. I'm a paper and pen type person. So when I first started all this, I printed them all out, and then I didn't even think about the top 1/3, but I was like, okay, what do I know I like on this green list? And I would just highlight the foods that I already knew that I liked. And then ones that I sort of liked. And then I would from there create like a meal out of that too. So So, but I do want to say too, if you're like, okay, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to create a meal plan, we're going to talk to you about some meal planning tips right now. But also just know that we are going to be adding into the files section, which we should maybe show them where that is. But in the BOD group, the files section will have tons of resources. Like I'm going to put the food lists in there for you. I'm going to put all these things in there for you guys too, like how to calculate, so it's easy to find. But just know that we will have like done for you meal guides where it's like, here's what you can have for breakfast, lunch, dinner type thing. Just so
and if you get stuck on something, please ask. Like,
absolutely.
If you're like, okay, I have these food lists, now what do I do? Like, just shoot us a message. Like, okay, how do I get started on doing this? And we can kind of help you. That's what we're here for. But just know that these resources are here for you. Like they're literally here for you to use at your disposal. So we encourage you to use them. But if you are stuck, like, please ask. I don't want you to just sit here and be like, well, I can't figure it out, so I quit. Like, that's not how this works. So,
and give yourself some grace too, you guys. Like, this is all especially if you've never done portion fix, if you're brand new, this might feel like brand new. And so it's going to feel a little overwhelming and stuff, but that's what we're here for. That's what the point of this group is, because none of us have done this before. Like even us coaches have not done this yet. So we're all going to be kind of doing this together, and we're not going to, we're going to have another group and another group. And so you guys are going to be our first round, our first test group people. So we're counting on you to learn this as best you can so that you can be in the next group and help other new people that are starting to. So like, we're going to like lean into you just as much as you're leaning into us. So we really want you to take this seriously and like do the best you can, like, but give yourself some grace. You're not going to do it perfectly. It's just not going to happen.
Learning a new thing is always hard.
Yeah.
So just stick with it and fight through the hard, and it's going to be worth it in the end.
100%. So we have some of our nutrition success tips. For me, I have always found that if I start with dinner and work backwards, so if I'm like, okay, it's Sunday night, if I take a half an hour and kind of think through what are we going to do for dinners over the next 5-6 days, I always start with dinner. I'm going to have this for dinner. And then a lot of times dinner will end up being lunch for the next day, leftovers. And so I just start with one day. Like our family will do, I don't know if I said that. I think we'll do like, we already know, like we do like pizza nights on Fridays and then like Taco Tuesdays. So within even like this gut health thing, I'll be looking for like on Tuesday, some kind of like Mexican-y type thing, like dish like that. So I think that's the most helpful for me. And then Scott and I will do like one day, like usually it's Saturday or Sunday, where we just kind of like make all of our carb stuff. So we'll maybe like bake a couple bit sweet potatoes, make a big old batch of quinoa because we love it. So that's my tips. I think we'll kind of be talking, we're going to be working you guys through all the meal planning stuff too, but like Chelsea, what are some of your just tips for meal planning getting started?
Yeah, absolutely. I know a lot of people are like, okay, this is great for when I'm at home, but what do I do when I go out? What do I do for a party or whatever, like, or if I'm going out to dinner or whatever. If you're going to a party, it's okay to call and say, hey, what are you guys having for dinner? And you could, if you like feel embarrassed for that, it's like, hey, what are you guys having for dinner? I'd love to bring something to share. And then say, I'll bring a veggie tray or whatever it might be that will work into that, that you can eat. But if you're going out to dinner at like a restaurant, guys, everywhere has their menu online nowadays. Everywhere, I guarantee it. Look online, look at the menu, find something that you can fit into your meal plan. Go out, like walk into the restaurant already knowing what you're going to have for dinner. Don't starve yourself all day because you don't know what you're going to eat or whatever. Like plan your dinner, like Alicia said, plan your dinner and then work backwards for your breakfast and your lunch. Whether you have planned all of your meals out for the week or not, you can still do that every single day. Like I know I'm having this for dinner and work backwards. My second tip is kind of very similar to Alicia's. I spend the weekend planning out meals for the week. And I try to do it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is typically always my shake, some kind of smoothie, and then go from there. But that way, when I know that I have it like planned and prepped as much as I can, then no matter how crazy my week is, I know that I can come home because I have all of the food in my fridge that I need to make this healthy meal. It's already prepped as much as it can be. I just have to throw it all together and microwave it. Because guys, life, it's not going to be easy sailing through the next 4 weeks. Life is going to happen. Things are going to change. Hiccups are going to, like bumps in the road are going to come up. If you have planned and prepped for success, like plan to succeed and you will succeed. What is it? Failing. If you plan to fail, you fail to plan. Fail to plan, you plan to fail. But it something like that. So plan everything out is my point. But I know Olivia has some different tips as well. What are yours?
Yeah. So mine, I always start with protein. So mine is always starting with protein because that's the easiest thing for me. Mm-hmm. So especially with these girls know too, my husband is a horribly picky, weird food eater, but he'll eat protein. So he'll eat like the protein for the meal. So I know that if I'm like, okay, if we have like a whole bunch of beef in the freezer and whatever, like I'm like, okay, if I have these proteins for dinner every day and these proteins for me for lunch every day, and then I kind of fill in all the rest. because carbs and protein is what he'll eat, and he won't eat vegetables very rarely. So I plan the vegetables for me, but I really just start with my, like, I usually just use a notebook and you write down like the days of the week and then the meals across the top. And I like start with my proteins, and then I'm like, okay, then I also look at my schedule. So I'm like, okay, these days I have to like pack my lunch for work. So I'm like, what can I pack that's super easy to pack? And I just fill it all in. And it's kind of hard at the beginning, but you'll get the hang of it. And don't feel like, oh my gosh, I didn't prep it, so I can't eat it, like, or plan it, so I can't eat it. Like, just kind of go with it. It takes some practice, but it's totally fine. And then my third tip is literally just eat something green at every single meal, because I used to have so much trouble getting all of my vegetables in. But now, like for breakfast, if I eat eggs, like I throw in some spinach with my eggs, and there's like a green and you can count it. And then for breakfast or for lunch, you like might have a big salad and then a protein with it. And then for dinner, like have some steamed vegetables with so just something green at every meal. And then planning my proteins first is like my biggest things. And prepping, I usually try to have big bowls of things prepped in my fridge that I can just grab from, because working all the time, being super busy, like you have to be able to grab and go. That's, if I don't have it ready, that's when I fall off. So
yeah,
prepping is huge, like Chelsea said. And Shakeology is my favorite thing, because literally I don't have to think about it. It's there and ready. And Alicia's going to talk about why she loves Shakeology too, but that's my favorite.
We're all going to talk about why we love Shakeology. And I'm just going to say, just to answer some questions right off the bat, maybe some of you are like, why do we have to drink vegan? And I just wanted to say it's because I think it's because we're trying to eliminate animal products, and also dairy and whey is a dairy form of protein. So we're going to just do the vegan. Our vegan blends were reformulated in the last year. So they actually have like twice as many probiotics as they used to, and twice as many as like, I think the whey also. So there's more probiotics and enzymes in there that are going to help you along the way too. So it's just a supplement that's going to like basically help balance out our gut. Oh my God,
yeah, a lot of people have dairy sensitivities. So like the whole point of this program is to kind of figure that out. And that is why we're doing vegan too. But
Shakeology, if you've never had it, is like legitimately my favorite. My favorite thing. So even when Olivia's like, oh, like we were talking about before this, like, what's your favorite recipe? She's like, I just gotta throw it in there and like just do whatever. I'm like, oh my God, like it is like a ritual for me to like find, like, because I create it like a dessert. It is like my favorite thing of the day, because I know it's so healthy for me, but I also, it's really, really good if you find like a fun recipe. And so we're gonna I'm in the file section again of this group where I'm going to put in there, I have it's like a PDF link, and it's called Nutrition 101. And it's going to give you a bunch of more information about nutrition. But at the very bottom of it, you can scroll and you can click on whatever Shakeology flavor that you have, and you'll click on it. It'll send you right to this Beachbody like site that has all the different like amazing chocolate recipes, all the great vanilla recipes. So that's one thing. And then I know that Chelsea and I will talk about like my favorite right now. Oh my God, is this, I found it around Thanksgiving time. It's called chocolate pecan pie, because I was trying to do like really good. I didn't want to like eat the pie, but I was like, I'm gonna have I was like, this sounds delicious. I also secretly thought that my husband would drink it because he loves the chocolate Shakeology and he loves like pecan pie. So it's like chocolate pecan pie, and it's so easy to make. But anyway, so there's recipes like that. So the one thing I want to talk about though too is like, when do I drink it? I get a lot of questions about like, when should you drink it? And I think it just depends on you. I try to talk to my clients. I'm like, when do you struggle the most? Like, when do you feel like a dip in energy during the day? So if you're like, I just right before dinner, like I just like, you know, that time between like 2 and 4, you're just like exhausted, have it after lunch then, right? Or maybe you want to have it like as a breakfast, you know, after you work out. That's like your first thing you put into your body. That's like a great option too for some people. Me personally, I usually struggle. Like I said, I'm a night owl. So if I eat dinner at 7 o'clock, and I'm still up at midnight, I might be like hungry. So I usually will have my shake around like 9 o'clock. And that works for me, but that's not going to work for everybody. So you have to be really careful. Like I know my mom, if she drinks it too late, it will keep her up all night. so it just, you have to like figure out what works for you. But for me, that keeps me, when I drink it after dinner as like a post dinner, like dessert, it helps my brain think, oh, you're having dessert, but also it keeps me full. And then it keeps me from snacking late at night. So I like to set myself up for success. But Chelsea, will you share, what are some of your, oh my God, maybe one of you guys are going to talk about this, but please, for the love of God, will you just blend it? I don't care, Olivia. Maybe you shake it up. Like you're just like, well, I'm going to be lazy about this.
Oh my God.
I don't care.
I could not agree
if
more.
You are one of my people, I need you. If you don't
just
have a blender and you can't afford a blender, please message me. I will send you one. They're about 20. I can get you a cheap one on Amazon for like $20. It is worth it. It will change everything. So if I'm getting like, oh, it's grainy or the texture, but you're just shaking it up, I'm going to lose my mind on you guys. You guys, again, you're part of this VIP test group. You have to blend your shake with ice, and you can use water. And this program, you can use some kind of milk if you want. You can't use milk because we're eliminating dairy, but you can use almond milk. It's like 8 ounces of unsweetened almond milk. If you want.
Do more than 8 ounces, especially if you're not blending it. You have to do more than 8 ounces of
it
water,
depends. So you have to figure it out. You have to decide. So some people are different. Like Scott likes 2 cups of ice and 1 cup of water, and that makes it more it's thicker. Some people like it more runny. Like you have to commit to deciding what consistency you want and playing around with it.
I also feel like it's different when you're having it. Like you always have it after dinner for dessert, and I've made like Shakeology ice cream where it's like 8 ounces of fluid to like a cup of water, or a cup of ice. And like I've done like a banana and peanut butter, or like a half of an avocado and peanut butter. And it makes like a Shakeology like peanut butter ice cream. That's really good. But obviously that's going to be a thicker consistency. I normally, like my husband has it every morning with like ice, water, like a handful or 2 of blueberries and a half of a banana and a scoop of vanilla Shakeology. And he absolutely loves it. So get creative, guys. I always have frozen fruit on hand for our shake because, well, I want it frozen anyway because I want it like cold like that. And I can have it, it lasts longer. So always have frozen fruit, and I blend it with some sort of fruit, strawberries, bananas, blueberries, whatever it is. Something that I've used to really curb my sweet tooth before. Okay, let me back up a little bit. I normally drink it between 2 and 4 because I find that like after lunch, I am like constantly going to the pantry and like snacking on things before dinner. So I do it to kind of like curb my appetite, help that sweet tooth, help that energy boost, like stay out of the snacks and things like that before dinner. But I have done it with, if you have chocolate Shakeology, you can do it with that. Or if you have the vanilla, you could just add like a tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder to it. And like a tablespoon or 2 of peanut butter or almond butter, and like maple syrup, like a tablespoon of maple syrup, and then like a capful of vanilla, and it tastes just like a Reese cup. Promise you. We
do have to be careful. We have to be careful because I think maybe even my chocolate pecan one might not be 100% approved. Like we have to remember there are going to be like some limitations. Like for this gut protocol, we have to stay under 10 grams of added sugar a day. Right. And she said to limit maple syrup to about a half a teaspoon a day. So I'll probably still use a teaspoon, but we just have to be aware of those types of things. And I'm not sure about the nuts. I feel like we're probably going to cut those out at some point, but maybe actually, no, we don't cut out nuts, but whatever, continue.
Right. I don't know. Yeah. So basically follow obviously gut protocol, but these are some different recipes that they really, the fruit you can definitely do. I think the almond butter, I think you should be okay with.
Yeah. Cause you can have almond milk and stuff. So it'll be good.
Yeah.
That should be good.
So that'll be fine. But yeah, guys, it's so good. So good. Just find a recipe that works well for you. And find the time of day. Like I know a lot of my customers and clients use it as their breakfast, like on the go. Because then it prevents them from, running through the drive-through to grab breakfast or whatever. So find out what works best for you, what timing, and try and like make it that same time every day. use it for a week and document, like really think about how much better you're feeling after 7 days of using it. If you've never used it before, try it for 7 days straight. Leave it out on your counter so you don't forget about it. And I guarantee you're going to feel amazing after those first 7 days. Olivia, I think it's...
You're good? Oh, you're done talking now?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna like just start talking if you're like still on a rampage.
No, I'm done.
Really good. So okay.
You're done now? Are you done talking?
Olivia has to deal with 2 people with ADD right now, so she's just like, oh my god. You would have done with this call 20 minutes ago.
We were talking about that before, how we're totally all different. You can totally tell. No, so Shakeology, I totally agree. Like you do need to blend it. I'm just too lazy to, so like that's kind of why I don't, but you should blend. If you've never had it before, that's how I started drinking it. You had to blend it. And I usually just was really like, I drink it for breakfast because I don't wake up in time to give myself enough time to like do a whole thing. So for breakfast for me, I like literally wake up 95% of the time I can get my workout in, and then I like dump my Shakeology in a cup and I like walk out the door. Like I don't give myself enough time, and that's why it's super good. One, it's the first thing that goes to my body, and with all the pre and probiotics and like all the things in it, that's like super good. And then also like it's just a mindless, like I don't have to think about breakfast ever. Like literally it's my Shakeology every single day. I don't ever have to think about it. That's why I like it. My favorite one is the cookies and creamy. And I literally, right now, I've actually been making it into a pudding. So like whatever, and adding like some dark, like 90% like dark chocolate chips in it. So you got like some chocolate. Because like when you hear me talk, chocolate is my favorite thing, especially now that like it's literally it's good for you. So Alicia's laughing at me, but it's so true. Because I love chocolate. But like yeah, Shakeology. Pick a plan and time that works best for you. It really does help. I drink it for breakfast because I don't have to think about it. Find a recipe that works for you. When I first started drinking it, my favorite was like chocolate and peanut butter. Like Chelsea was saying, like just add, because that's super basic and it's super easy. Add some peanut butter, chocolate, ice, whatever, blend it up. It's like a big smoothie. It's super good. And now that like, after you read Eat Smarter and you like learn all the things and then you read Shakeology, what's in it, it's like literally the best thing for you. So you have to drink it. Forget 7 days. You have to drink it for this whole 4 weeks, no matter what. And then tell me if you're ever going to stop. Like,
I was going to say the same thing. I was like, why are you saying 7 days? Like I've told everybody, like you're drinking this for 30 days and story period.
You will.
I just meant like recognize how you feel after 7 days. And like, you're like, consciously think about after 7 days, your digestion is going to be better. You're not going to be craving as much. Your sweet tooth is going to be satisfied with like good nutrient dense things. Like look at it after 7 days. Obviously, finish the freaking bag because it's phenomenal stuff. But
she's totally right.
Take note.
You'll notice changes.
Also, I just pulled this up on Amazon. It's $17. It's an on-the-go blender. So like if you're constantly on the go, it's battery operated. $17.99.
Thanks, Chelsea. You can send that to me for my birthday. No, just kidding. But you can literally there's
on-the-go blender, $17.99. It's gonna be
there's
great.
a million different ways that you can make your Shakeology. So you have 4 weeks and you're gonna drink it every single day for 4 weeks. So you have 4 weeks to figure out what works best for you.
Agreed.
Alicia, you're on.
The one thing, I just want to wrap this Shakeology thing up. And the only thing is that Olivia, I don't know if you've looked at this yet, but for this gut health protocol, your Shakeology cannot replace a meal. So it's actually truly a supplement for this protocol. So you still are going to have breakfast, lunch, dinner. It can be one of your snacks though. So I think the reasoning behind that is because it's not really like a meal replacement. It's right, more like a multivitamin. If you think about it, like you're actually just taking a multivitamin that tastes freaking amazing and it's like delicious. So we want you to learn how to feed and actually eat real food too. But so the other supplements aside from Shakeology that we have available for this program right now, we've already talked to you all about Revitalize and Optimize being sold out, which is a bummer for sure. But again, it's supplemental to this program. The food, learning how to eat the food, Shakeology, because it's got the Optimize and Revitalize are supplements that Shakeology does have some like digestive enzymes as well as probiotics. So you're still going to get that with Shakeology. And then we're looking forward to when those come restocked, you'll all get a 50. Well, I don't know exactly what the promo code will be, but you'll get a discount again on those. So that is good. The other thing I was like freaking excited about, Energize is allowed on this program. So I'm not like breaking any rules, drinking Energize, but we are going to limit it. Yes. So Energize, you guys, is like a natural, it's a green tea and coffee extract based product. And so you're going to get natural energy from it. That isn't going to give you like the ups and downs of like overconsumption of caffeine. So it is amazing. And I would encourage you all to try it. But the one thing with this program is like, you have to limit your caffeine to like 200 milligrams a day, which isn't a lot if you're used to drinking coffee all day. But the Energize, you guys, I lived on Red Bull and Diet Mountain Dew before I started Beachbody. I know it's like horrible to say, but I literally within like 6 weeks of drinking Shakeology every day, didn't even like reach for caffeine, like at all until like after lunch. I was like, oh, I haven't even had my Red Bull today. And it's because Shakeology is going to give you that natural energy that you need. So the Energize will really truly just be to like get you going for your workouts. So
it really does. I mean, I'll just add to that a little bit. I used to like pop caffeine pills all day long, literally, because I was like, that sounds horrible to say.
That's where the Jesse Saved by the Bell thing came up.
I'm like, I don't like Red Bull and Monster. I didn't like any of that stuff, but I was like so tired that I just like went, and you had to be like 18 to buy them. So I felt like I was like smuggling drugs or something because I was like 16 buying caffeine pills. So when I started drinking Energize and Shakeology and like doing these things, like I was like, I don't do that anymore, thank God. But it's super good. So that was just my plug. Like I totally quit doing that stuff too once I started doing this stuff.
Also, they just made fun of me for getting up at 5 a.m, guys. 4:30, 5 a.m. workouts would not happen without my Energize that I just finished.
True.
I guarantee that.
100%. But all that to say, you don't need any of these supplements to have massive success in this group. Right. These are just some things that are going to like help you, kind of like kickstart, like get that snowball rolling. But I guess, so not only do we have supplements that can like, nutrition supplements that'll help that, we also have some ways to supplement all of this stuff, right? So Chelsea, will you talk to us a little bit about what Body is and how there's extra tools and stuff within Body too?
Body is our amazing on-demand live interactive classes. They are every day, all day long. But it's a part of your app. You'll see it, the little eye on the bottom. That will be that will take you to the Body section. The first 30 days are free. But they're great if you want to like switch up your workouts a little bit. Like I know Olivia likes the Pilates one. So maybe on your rest days that they still encourage you to move your body. You can go do a yoga, you can go do a Pilates, you can go do like a low impact cycle workout, that kind of thing. Those are all going to be in the Body classes. What's awesome is that if you sign up for them if you look ahead of the schedule, you can sign up for the class 24 hours in advance, and you can be a part of the podcast. So you can actually be on the big screen. The trainers can call you out, compliment you, correct your form, whatever it may be, in these live interactive classes. So that's freaking amazing. But they also have additional resources for our nutrition programs in like the nutrition center in the Body app. So they will have additional recipes. I know that Autumn and Ilana do like office hours. I think once a month they do where they do like Q&A sessions. So you can get like direct access to our amazing trainers that created our nutrition programs. And that is where the cycle classes are going to be for the bonus cycle classes for 4 weeks for everybody. Will be on there. What are some of your guys' favorite classes? I know you like the cycle with Jared Sklar, Alicia.
I do. It's my favorite. He's the best.
He is so good. I love him. I always get a really good workout from him.
Yeah, I like if you go down So there's your live classes, but then you can like pick like what type of workouts you want. I always go for like Pilates and yoga and flexibility. So flexibility is my like ultimate favorite. Pilates is probably my second favorite. And I always do them on my rest days. So I'm super pumped for this program because and plug from like, you know, like hormone research. When you're on your period, you're not supposed to work out like hardcore workouts. So I've been like literally doing like when I'm menstruating, doing like Pilates and yoga and flexibility. Like I don't know how else to tell you, but I've been like doing all this research and it's super crucial. Like during different phases of your cycle, you should not be doing super heavy lifting and super intense cardio. So I've been using the Pilates and the flexibility and yoga as like my supplemental to my workout program during that time.
Yeah,
so
they're great. They're great add-ons to whatever program you're following. Yep. So on that note, Olivia, I think it's you talking about.
Yes. Taking before pictures. I hated this. I thought this was stupid. I didn't do it the first program and I kind of wish I did because it's like your first program. So you should be all pumped about it. But I was scared and I didn't know what to do. So now I just literally make myself do it. Alicia is going to talk to you about her thing. I didn't know any of that either. So that's kind of super cool. But my tips is you always need to take pictures. Like once I started doing them, I saw that like I was so focused on the scale and when it didn't move, I was super stressed out and I couldn't figure it out why. When I had put side-by-side pictures, it's huge. Like your body is changing whether the scale is changing or not. So if you like look at my transformation pictures up there, that was for like the 21-day reset. The scale moved like 4 or 5 pounds, but like there's a huge difference in the pictures. Does that make sense? So your body is always changing when you're taking care of it, whether the scale moves or not. And that was it took me a little bit to shift my mindset away from that. I was so focused on like losing weight or maintaining weight or whatever that I wasn't paying attention to pictures. And when I started seeing side by sides, it changed the whole game. That's all I have to say about that. Just do it. Just do it.
Do it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take the picture. No one else is going to see it unless you share it with them. Just do it.
Yeah. So I think that for a lot of us, I avoided taking the pictures and doing the measurements because I was like horrified at the reality of the situation. And it can be a little traumatic when you maybe like, for me, I started and I hadn't like looked in a full body mirror in a long time. And I was showering with the lights off and I was really struggling, even just like looking at myself in a mirror. So then to take these pictures and then to have them on my phone felt like just like getting re-traumatized over and over. So I figured out a way to hide so I would take them because I told myself I would, and then I just hide them. You actually have a hidden folder on your phone. I could show you how to use it, but ask your husband. He might know. He is the one who taught me about mine because it's a place we hide our sexy photos too. So if you got naked photos on your phone, you don't want your kids to be seeing them, this is where you put them, but also your before pictures. I will teach you how to do this if you're interested. That's my tip.
Oh my gosh.
We're traumatizing Chelsea.
Chelsea, what's your tip?
Oh gosh. Make sure you are in like a well-lit area with the same clothes on. I always do like the same shorts and sports bra every single time, just so that like, I don't know, I feel like you can actually like see a difference. Plain background, light, nice and bright, and same outfit. So you can really see that difference of, just because like we all have rolls, we all have some fat on us. It's okay. We have to have fat to survive. But sometimes the like sports bra hits differently and you want to see how that's changed from 1 week to the next. And so if you have the same outfit on, you can really see truly the difference in before and after, because like Olivia said, the scale doesn't always move, and inches may not always change, but pictures speak volumes. It's just take the pictures. You have to take the pictures. It's not optional. You have to.
Yes, 100%. You guys, we need to wrap this up, but
Yes.
I want to just say a couple things. Tomorrow we start prep week. So Monday is prep week. Don't get overwhelmed if you haven't even looked at any of the material yet. That's okay. Like this week coming up is when we're going to all learn the stuff together. So we're going to give you a whole week before we actually start. So you're not like, oh shit, I got to do this all in one night. Don't worry if you haven't done any of this yet. We just are telling you what's going to be coming. So, but just know that like we're doing this with you, like right alongside with you. But we do want to encourage you to take this seriously. Like I already kind of touched on, because I know for me, like the reason I started these groups is because I need this like support from all of you. Like I need as much support as I can get, you guys. Like seriously. So I want you to make this commitment like right now. Like all you need to do today is just decide right now that you are seriously going to show up 100%. Give yourself like a chance to see what happens when you go all in, to experience this program the way it was designed, and experience the power of a group. So if you commit, you go all in, I promise you, this will be life-changing. This is one of those programs that comes around every couple of years that has the power to totally change your life. Absolutely. Not just give you like body physical results, but to totally change your life. And the ripple effect of that is huge. Mm-hmm. If you're a mom like me and you have kids, this is going to totally change your kids' lives and your grandkids' lives. If you decide to like not roll your eyes at that statement and be like, holy shit, like I have this amazing opportunity in front of me. I'm going to do this. It's 4 weeks. I'm going to let this process, I'm going to ride it out. I'm going to go all in, and just make this group your number one priority. And like, just a side note too, like, again, I have 3 kids and I used to feel super guilty about making, even like saying or thinking I need to make myself a priority. Like that is very hard for some of us to wrap our minds around, but like you deserve to take 4 weeks and to think about you. Like, so we want you to think of checking in this group, as like you're following the program, scheduling your workouts as if they were literally like a doctor's appointment. Or I always like to say, I don't remember what personal development book I was reading, but like this group, this program, following this like to a T is as, I want you to schedule it as if like it was lunch with freaking Oprah. You guys, you would not miss lunch with Oprah. So I don't want you to miss a check-in in this group. That's your lunch with Oprah. This group is your lunch with Oprah right now. So I want you to take it that seriously. And like, we all deserve to feel good. And I promise you, if you promise yourself right now that you are going to stop breaking promises to yourself, you're going to get amazing results and you're going to change your life, because
you're going to show up just as a better mom, a wife, a sister, a cousin, whatever, when you start feeling your best. These 30 minutes are going to like make you just feel so much better throughout the rest of the day. So yes, show up every single day. And guys, it's 4 weeks. We can do anything for 4 weeks. I know that Easter is in the middle of this group, and I know a lot of people have been questioning me about that. Like, but guys, you're going to start feeling so much better. You're going to be 2 weeks into this program. You're going to be halfway through. You're going to feel so much better come Easter that you're not going to necessarily want to indulge in those rolls because you know that it's not going to make you feel good. And you're going to be craving those good nutrient dense foods and things like that. So it's 4 weeks. We can do anything for a month. Get through it, see how much better you're going to feel, and it's going to change your entire life.
Olivia, do you have any closing thoughts before?
I just want to touch on what Alicia said. You're worth it. Like everybody, like I've been told by some people just because I don't have kids that you aren't busy. And I'm like, I'm super busy. You have no freaking idea. But it's worth taking the time to put into yourself because like I work so many different jobs and like do so many different things. And I'm like, I show up better for all the things that I put myself into when I work out. When you eat good and when you feel good, you show up so much better than when you're just like feel like crap, basically. So you're like worth putting the time in because when you take care of yourself, you're so much more able to do everything else that you want to do. That's all I have to say. 100%. So do it. Just commit to it.
Okay, so all you guys need to do right now is below this video, wherever we posted it up, is just comment that you are ready. And then we'll know that you've watched this whole thing through. And then we're going to get started. Tomorrow morning, you're going to go in here. We're going to have some posts for you every morning and every evening. And I want you to comment and just start sharing with all of us. We're going to get to know each other this next this next week. And then at the end of this week, next weekend, we're going to be telling you about all the prizes and the ways to win. Because we are, of course, it's a group from me and Olivia. And like, I don't know if Chelsea does this in her groups, but we do prizes. We have a winner and it's fun. And it's not going to be based on who loses the most weight or whatever. It's going to be about who is the most engaged in this group. So
engagement equals results, guys. Like the more engaged you are, the better, because you're going to be there mentally and physically. So the more you show up for you and in this group, the better those results are going to be.
Yes. So we're looking forward to it. I think that's it, right?
That's it. We're done.
Okay.
Have a great
day. Bye, guys.
Below this video. See you.